Introducing Sci-Man Dan, who was actually Sci-Fi Scam, the half-a-sissy Wiki discovery headline parroting sewer rat. Every single bumbling ball-tart assessment or evaluation he proffers is literally no better than what a clumsy child could offer. It's embarrassingly pathetic. He is the quintessential Dunning-Kruger pretender clown Elmer Fudd surface sophist. I'm going to demonstrate that in spades over the next few minutes. His basic reasoning skills, as you'll see, are equal to your common butternut squash, and sports a natural science acumen that'd make Mr. Magoo blush. Without further ado, Mr. Magoo stick.
So Eric has released a 1 hour long documentary on Flat Earth, which means it's now my job to debunk every single last little piece of it.
This numpty dipshit couldn't debunk a soup sandwich from Narnia. Here we go.
The point is, this rotational speed is very slow, twice as slow as the hour hand on a clock. You can see it spinning, just not very quickly.
According to NASA, the speed of rotation at the equator is 1,037 miles per hour. From nasa.gov, what is the speed of the Earth's rotation? At the equator, the circumference of the Earth is 40,070 kilometers, and the day is 24 hours long. So the speed is 1,670 kilometers per hour, or 1,037 miles per hour. So for the Earth to be moving twice as slow as the hour hand on a clock, that means the hour hand in your Mickey Mouse clock would be moving at 2,074 miles an hour. Mickey's going to need rotator cuff surgery every 15 seconds, and Doc Brown's going to need a shit ton more than
1.21 gigawatts
for his flux capacitor. Does something seem wildly amiss here, Clown Show? I know what it is. You've been swapping spit in the shower with your ball-tard boyfriend, Fat to Fat Girth, and mindlessly parroting his train wreck of a dumpster fire I filleted then fricasseed last week. Sewer rat, you're clumsily confusing angular velocity and tangential speed. The latter speaks to rate or speed, i.e. slow or fast. Not the former. You'd fail junior high intro to physics. I bet Eric's quivering uncontrollably in his open-toed sandals right about now.
So we've got ODD TV, a flat earther who is so convinced that the Earth is flat that he now spends his time making rap videos.
That's a powerful, riveting argument. You pre-law? Stanford? Harvard by chance? We've got a poisoning the well fallacy, a type of ad hom, delivered via innuendo. Another logical fallacy. You're flaming out of the gates here, Sci-Fi Scam.
And there is our local yoga instructor. Now, this is by no means a pop at yoga instructors. I'm sure they're very good at what they do. My point is here that they aren't qualified scientists.
And yet another half-baked poisoning the well via innuendo fallacy. Although he feebly attempts to soften the self-inflicted spade shovel in the face. Are you a qualified scientist, Sci-Fi Scam? The one who just failed junior high intro to physics? Clown. Moreover, the question, is the Earth flat or a sphere, isn't a viable scientific inquiry to begin with. They are what or is questions. Natural science is based solely on hypothesis testing. Experiment. Scientific hypotheses are strictly predictive suppositions into natural cause and effect relationships, i.e. how and why questions. Your entire belly laugher pseudo-intellectual non sequitur train wreck here is woefully pathetic. I'm embarrassed for you.
There's never been one experiment that proves that the Earth is in motion.
Foucault's pendulum, gyroscopes, the Coriolis effect, trade winds, and ocean currents, to name a few.
Yep, like I told you, Sci-Fi Scam is a Wiki discovery headline parroter. Just spewing terms or short science-y phrases, ball-tarred bonehead declarations with zero cowbell. No substance, no explanations. Neither Foucault's pendulum, gyroscopes, the Coriolis effect, which this bozo doesn't even know what it is, trade winds, what the f***, or ocean currents are scientific experiments. Do your subscribers allow you to get away with this pretender clown numpty dipshittery? They must be dumber than you are.
When you try to find the curvature of the Earth, it's nowhere to be found.
Ranty's photo says otherwise, ODD. Check this video out quickly before carrying on if you haven't seen it yet. It's golden.
Yeah, crayon munching fool's golden. Ranty's photo says, globe-tard goober, pathetic fallacy. Photos don't speak, you delusional schmuck. It wasn't Ranty's photo either. He nicked the Blackpool Swan off Facebook or Twitter, one. There's no Earth curvature in that photo, sunshine. And watch his video. Elephant hurling fallacy. You're really knocking this out of the park, Sci-Fi Scam. Can you wake us up when you get to this?
It's now my job to debunk every single last little piece of it. Oh, you mean like Mr. Sensible did? Because I think you'll find he kind of smashed that one for you.
Mr. Insensible? Is that the same bald booger eater that said, at best, you've disproven the radius of Earth? I don't think it's a good idea to tie your incoherent chain to that crazy train, Sci-Fi Scam. Do you have any semi-coherent, somewhat substantive arguments at all? Dude, Elmer Fudd is blushing.
Yeah, Professor Dave, woo!
Woohoo! Professor Dave, eh? This pretender clown knuckle-dragging window-licking professor from Mr. Magoo U wouldn't know the difference between the second law of thermodynamics and a funnel cake. He once claimed that order arises out of disorder spontaneously, which in and of itself is a quarter stick of dynamite up the ass sit down on a bonfire train wreck. His example? Ice cubes. I put him out of his Dunning-Kruger misery, abruptly. And what's up with the three blind mice, numpty clown, walk of shame, ball-tard name drop parade with you, man? Ranty, Mr. Insensible, and Professor Numpty. This is akin to Jack the Ripper calling Pol Pot, Chairman Mao, and Stalin his character witnesses.
The world being a sphere is in keeping with other facts, like the sky is blue.
Oh, yeah! Are you serious? Are you?
What the hell did you just say?
Mr. Scientist, this intellectually paralyzing Fraunhofer line, the sky is blue, is a fact, therefore the Earth is a ball-tard spinning space monkey also, is a bit much. For everything sacred and holy, you're going to have to stop with the white paper technical language and break this down for the layman. The common folk are lost. You can't be serious, dude. Woefully pathetic is doubled over, tear-jerking, belly-laughing in the corner. Your responses here are 80 fathoms below just your average skanking file-spinning space monkey. I bet Harvard and Stanford Law are tripping over each other trying to recruit you.
Well, from our perspective, which, by the way, is on a giant planet that is orbiting the sun...
From your perspective? What? That disheveled spinning space monkey's what you're attempting to prove. So thanks for the hanging, begging the question fallacy curveball. Appreciate it. You've kind of lost the plot here, Sunshine.
Then the sun does appear to move. But that is all irrelevant, because we have probes in space right now monitoring the sun from an orbit as close as 4 million miles.
Like I said, folks, he's just mindless Wiki Discovery Channel headline parroting. Hey, Piker, parroted probes in a second law of thermodynamics violation? What's next? You gonna give us the technical specs of a perpetual motion machine of the second kind from Helm's Deep?
That's really funny, because one of your own, Eric, one of your own flat earthers did this experiment and found that there was no major angular size change as the sun sets.
Experiment? Sci-fi scam. Angular size change is a what is inquiry, not a predictive supposition into a natural cause and effect relationship. That would be an actual scientific hypothesis, which then gives birth to the experiment. Thanks for eviscerating yourself again. And Bonehead, 2016 called, it wants its train wreck of a dumpster fire argument back. These ball-tarred boneheads just rinse and repeat the same tripe over and over again, no matter how stupid. Their claim: the sun doesn't change angular size through the day. Even if true, which it's not. So, and check this out. Angular size means apparent size. Apparent in our context here means not actual. According to their fairy tale narrative, the sun's position is also apparent. So, the retard's query actually is, why does the not-actual size of the sun not decrease its not-actual size as it moves from its not-actual position? By the way, Chris Van Matre in 2016 demonstrated angular size change of the sun during the day, complete with solar filter.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Has a flat earther ever looked at the sun's rays through a spectroscope?
Highly doubtful, since flat earthers are actually literate and would have done their background research. I found no less than 10 warnings, including Stanford, Live Science, and the Institute of Physics, instructing never to look at the sun or its rays through a spectroscope. You must have missed that part, eh? Ball-tarred pretender clown. Did you miss that, numpty?
You can literally read off a list of elements from the absorption spectrum if you do.
From the absorption spectrum? What are the sun's rays or sun absorbing here, half a sissy Sassenach? Isn't the sun emitting, you dumbass cracker? What's doing the absorbing here, sci-fi scam? Once this booger-eating schmuck figures this little peccadillo out, I'm betting he never will. But if others do, you're going to realize in less than a Planck time that looking through a kaleidoscope has more efficacy in divining the sun's makeup than stellar spectroscopy. Here's a little clue. A be kind to dumb animal week situation, if you will. Let's see if the bumbling ball-tarred boneheads pick up on it. If you followed the instructions and heeded the warnings with spectroscopes in the sun, you may find some anomalies comparing the spectra. That is, let's say you evaluated the sun's spectra multiple times during the day and found each somewhat different, and you most certainly will. What then? What then, sci-fi scam? Is the sun shape-shifting and changing its elemental makeup during the day? According to the little bitch that could hear, it literally is. What a clown fuck. You wouldn't know the difference between spectroscopy and a chartreuse windsock, for f***'s sake. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
It's now my job to debunk every single last little piece of it.
We're still waiting, window licker.
The thing is, Eric, we've got this thing called an atmosphere, which is tremendously good at refracting light. It does so especially well when we're looking at the sun through more of the atmosphere at dawn and dusk.
Atmosphere? That's a contradiction in terms. A paradox. Atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape. And refraction, when spinning space monkeys refraction, they're unwittingly invoking terrestrial refraction. Folks, for that to exist, they need not only the aforementioned married bachelor paradox, curved gases, atmosphere, they need to know the radius value, which they don't. So what we got here is a begging the question fallacy, wrapped in a married bachelor paradox, served to you by crayon munchers that should be picking up cans along the side of the road. Supervised.
Right, I think this would be a good time to take a break here and wrap up this first segment. I told you it was going to be a thorough one, didn't I? Tune in next month for part 2. Please do share this video as much as you can. I want it to appear in every single search engine possible, and I want it to be seen before the actual film itself. Thank you very much for watching today. If you enjoyed it, then please do like and subscribe. I'm going to give you a little like goal here. 50,000 likes for this video. See if you can get that.
What? Why lowball? Don't sell yourself short. Why settle for 50,000 brain-dead ball-tard likes when you could get 3 million belly laughs? Just play this to a 5th grade general science and basic reasoning graduating class here nationally in the U.S. And voila! By the way,
Hey!
Hello. It's for you.
Yeah?
You've just been erased.